Harish, we are just 3 minutes over, so shall I start?
Yeah, please.
Sure. Hello and welcome to this webinar brought to you by Digital Learning Platforms. The topic of today's session is 3-Step to SLS program, 3-Step to SAP Intelligent Sales Cloud for Consultants. It will be presented by Harish Kumar Singh. Before we get started, I need to remind everyone that the session will be recorded. Therefore, if you have any objections, please disconnect at this time. Please note that your lines have been muted. If you wish to communicate with the speaker or myself, please use the private chat. If you experience any issues with audio during the session, please send me a private chat. If you have questions related to the content, please post them via the community discussions and the speakers will answer them during or at the end of the session. You'd be informed once the recording of the session is available. Now I would like to hand over to Harish to begin the session. Harish, you may take over.
Recording in progress.
Thank you, Gaurav. Welcome, everyone. I'm Harish Singh, and I'll be taking you through SAP Intelligent Sales Cloud or Sales Cloud version 2 through a couple of next sessions through to Friday. So let's begin. So agenda for today would be an introduction to SAP Sales Cloud V2, where we will look at what was the motivation and vision behind SAP Sales Cloud V2. And then we will go over a functional overview of V2, where we will talk about the key features in Sales Cloud V2, and we'll also briefly look into the system, how this all is put together. We'll go through the navigations, get a look and feel of the UI and some of the key features of the Sales Cloud V2. With that, let's jump into it right now. So now, as you're aware of the realities in today's world, where macroeconomic disruptions is rampant because of geopolitical reasons and other economic reasons, the business model needed to, evolve faster than ever. And then we are also amidst a generational transformation where you can see AI and machine learning, going at rapid pace. And you have seen the evolution over past couple of years where it has grown by leaps and bounds. So that prompted us to go over a modern cloud platform for the sales and service capabilities. So now if you look at the operational and tactical challenges faced by businesses today, we have customers distributed over different channels. They interact with, the seller with over different channels, and they want a seamless experience when they are switching channels. Businesses, have a tough time um, connecting to customers over different channels and provide the seamless experience. Because processes are inflexible, it was designed in past couple of decades, and the evolution needed to happen. So currently the business is facing that challenge of going over a flexible process where they can adapt to these changes fast and then capture the market share. We also see operational complexity is a challenge to business. So these are the precursors for businesses to move on to a quicker, faster, and agile platform where they can quickly adapt to the market trends, what is happening around the world vis-a-vis macroeconomic disruption. So they can be on board with all the changes and adapt to them quickly. So now, as the famous saying goes, right, wherever there are challenges, those challenges are also opportunities to evolve, right? So we follow the same principle. So these challenges prompted us to evolve. And then if you look at these challenges, we have three tenets where we say understand, focus, and accelerate, right? Understand your customers, understand your business environment, focus on the top priorities, narrow down on the current trends and evolve accordingly, and accelerate the business process accordingly, right? Take faster decisions take, have flexible processes which enables you to swiftly adapt the changes, right? So these are also opportunities if you look at them from this perspective. So we'll go over them one by one. And this is all the premise for the SAP Sales Cloud version 2, where the vision is that we adapt to these challenges. We have a new modern platform where we understand the customers and business environment with intelligent insights, taking help of machine learning and AI. We focus on high value business so that we can prioritize things and swiftly enough. We also enable automation to accelerate the process and also provide the scalability to the business. So let's go over these one by one quickly to understand how SAP Sales Cloud enables this through the tenets of understand, focus, and accelerate. So if you look at understand, the understanding of a customer, uh, you know, in today's environment is paramount, right? Because if you want to move swiftly, you need to understand the customers much better. You need to have 360 degree views of what is happening across different channels, right? How customer is interacting with different businesses, how they're responding to the changes, what their new demands are, what their inclinations are. So understand that. You need to understand the customer's 360 degrees, right? Also the purchasing and the selling process is complex, so you need a certain guidance to the process which makes this process simple enough for, say, sales representatives or your sales managers, basically your sellers at the business, to adapt to these changes, and then have that some sort of guidance for them throughout the selling process. And also understand networking is very important part of the scenario now, the selling scenario now. So you need to understand different relationships, what you can leverage at what point of time, and how best you can achieve the desired result for the business. So understanding is focused on, if you look at SAP Sales Cloud V2, understanding has focus of is the first tenant where you understand the customer um, through the intelligent insights. And we'll look at that in a couple of minutes when we go over to the system that what we are discussing right now. So when you look at the system and features of this Sales Cloud V2, we'll have a 360-degree view of the customers across different channels. We'll have intelligent insights, as you can see in the screenshots, right? You have different KPI cards where you can have, you can filter your your desired result quickly and then respond to that swiftly based on the priority. You can see the rankings and the score, which will provide you that capability to act on certain opportunity or lead swiftly. So when you talk about the journey, if you look at this from the Sales Cloud V2 perspective, we offer intelligent insight into what has been happening on a particular lead and opportunity, for example. And we also have something called Playbook, which guides the seller through a process where it suggests the next best recommendation. What can you do next? And so some sort of intelligent insights as far as relationship is concerned, interaction is concerned. Say, if the interaction with a particular contact has fallen through the cracks for over a stipulated period of time, system will suggest that get in touch with the contact, schedule an appointment, or make that phone call which you have been we have been missing through all these periods. So relationships, you have that quotient where you have to maintain relationships with the buyer, right, throughout the selling process. And at times it's not possible to keep track of everything. So we need some sort of insights from the system which will prompt you to make that, take that step, keep that opportunity alive or progress that opportunity or take that lead to the next step through some of these insights which system will prompt. So that capability is provided through Sales Cloud V2 to grow that relationship, which will help in the selling journey. Now when we come to focus, right? We need to focus on right opportunities to maximize the business growth. So when we talk about focus, we talk about prioritizing high conversion deals where, we have an insight that a deal has a higher probability of converting, so we can focus our resources and energy there. We also need to proactively solve challenges throughout the sales phase, right? We need to identify challenges and proactively address them. We also need to keep tab on our forecast and look at that holistically, where nothing falls through the crack. So when you look at these features from the perspective of SAP Sales Cloud V2, you have something called digital sales engagement, where sales representative has um, everything at one place where they can see how they have been doing through their win rate, what tasks are due, what appointments are upcoming. They can create tasks there directly, which will help them engage better with the customer and help them achieve better results. So they can prioritize their work as well. When you look at the pipeline manager from a sales manager point of view, you can see that there are opportunities spread throughout that sales cycle. And then you can identify the issues or problems regarding a particular set of opportunities, and then you can probably take step to understand what the issue is and resolve it. So that view of pipeline manager or pipeline flow gives you that opportunity to identify that quickly and swiftly take action to address it. Forecast fall through, forecasting and then tracking that throughout the cycle of a particular, um, say, financial period, if it is a quarter or monthly or through a financial year. It's a challenge because it's a lot of work to go through Excel sheet, and sometimes visualizing that becomes difficult. So we have a forecast tracker in Sales Cloud V2, which will help you quickly go over forecast, what is happening through a particular period, identify if there are forecast fall through, identify if you're falling behind, set your targets there, and visually see all of that to quickly take that action, right? So this is a classic example of insight to action. So you have actionable insights there now. So when we come to accelerate, the last tenet of our understand, focus, and accelerate, we have the reality in today's world is we have a lot of different channels, and we can't be sitting in front of desktop all the time. So the sellers need to be empowered to go over a particular task in using different channels. So when we talk about mobile app, that provides that capability, that flexibility to seller to pick up a task on the go as well. Um, there there are certain things which should be automated to aid the sales rep or sales manager to elevate their performance. And the system prompts that through automation. Certain trivial tasks which should be done by system, say scheduling or pre-populating certain information, that's achieved through automation. And then engage the buyers without friction over different channels. So let's go through that one by one quickly to see how the Sales Cloud V2 addresses these. So when you talk about mobile app, you can see that, we can go over that sales journey, what we call guided sales process on a mobile app as well. You can look at your opportunity, you can progress your opportunity, you can look at your task assigned to you, you can look at the appointments on the calendar, you can enact on that, and also you also get the insights regarding, say, a particular opportunity or appointment, which will prepare you for that particular appointment. Take that decision quickly enough to respond in timely fashion. So mobile app, which which is now a native mobile app for iOS and Android, which will enable you to do this on the go. Now, if you look at guided sales process, there are automations introduced in the process. For example, if what you see here is a Kanban view where you can, if you want to move an opportunity, you can simply drag and drop from one phase to another, right? So there are user experience components which comes into play. There are automation process where, through playbooks, you are suggested certain steps which you can, through a single click, you can schedule an appointment, which comes with a set of pre-populated data based on the context. So that contextual awareness is there through this process, which will help, to make that process smoother and faster. So through Sales Cloud V2, we also try to address the question of engaging buyers without friction, right? Where you have a particular business process distributed over different systems, for example, and then you need to go over different systems to achieve a process end to end. So this Sales Cloud V2 aims to address that, where, for example, lead to cash process, where you can, uh, you know, throughout the process, you can connect end to end process from one system to another system and fulfill that out of the box integrations. So, and also the architecture enables us to um, scale better for the scaling of business on time, so that you have, say, a particular business has a global operation and they want to scale at a rapid pace. So the product now, the Sales Cloud V2 now enables that sort of scaling as well. So to summarize, for the new Sales Cloud V2, our focus and priorities are: with intelligent insight, we build relationship through understanding. With contextual guidance, the system is context aware so that you can maximize results and, time to value, and it is geared towards the performance, so you can scale better, and you can expect better scalability, availability, and performance when you have that particular scaling of a business, or you go through your sales engagement process. In that term, as I said, that the new day and age is of intelligent enterprise. So now, if you look at the end-to-end scenario, you have Sales Cloud. You also have the other peripheral processes, say, for example, service, quotation process, marketing, commerce. All of them are connected to the intelligent enterprise, where you have your inventory processing, or your invoicing processes that's connected through BTP. So basically, there is a seamless flow of data uh, d- between, say, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud to the intelligent enterprise, and vice versa, so that you achieve that business outcome seamlessly. Talking about the cloud native business benefits. So as I said, that the new platform is based on the cloud native architecture. So there are some of these highlight points put in here. So let's quickly go over that. Connected. So the architecture is based on API microservices. So you have better connection with uh, say, internal or external applications. You have, it is based on hyperscaler, so you have all the cloud features embedded, say, for example, scalability, reliability, and performance. So you can do much more faster. Intelligent. So as the current realities of our day and age is, we have more and more AI and ML services available. We also have some of these in SAP Sales Cloud, to give you that insight at the right point, so that you can take that action, and you don't need any data scientist, or you don't need to pay any extra cost to get that. So it's embedded in the application. Future proof. We have, as we have multiple data centers over the world, and then it also have we also have the cloud native architecture now, which gives all sort of scalability, reliability, and performance attributes to the application. The last thing listed here is easy, right? So for an end user, the most important part is the user experience, where the end user has to interact with the system day in, day out. So they want an intuitive UI, which is, easy to understand. It also aids them to perform their work and hence improving their performance. So we have with V2, we have, elastic search, we have intuitive UI, and we have these smart recommendations, which will enable the end user, the sales representatives in our case, to perform their day-to-day job better and more efficient manner. So those are some of the benefits of the new platform. Now we'll go to the functional overview, and we'll look at some of the key features which we have discussed about the new platform in this SAP Sales Cloud V2. So if you look at the features in the system, you will look at forecasting and pipeline management, and that is a new forecasting and pipeline management capability. And I will quickly show that today to you. How does it look like? What is, how do you interact with it? What kind of informations you can see over there? We have a new feature called guided selling. So this provides a workspace where you can, execute your opportunity. You also have, um, dynamic playbooks where you can, and this is configurable, where you can set up your processes where the system will recommend the next step for the sales rep. That will help the sales rep as well as achieving the consistency in the business process. We also have embedded insights such as deal insight, engagement insight, and relationship intelligence built in. We also have something called timeline, which gives you chronological history of the events happening on a particular opportunity, for example. So that helps the sales rep to quickly go over a particular opportunity to see what has been happening, what was the last interaction, things like that. We have productivity tools, as you know, the integration with Outlook. We have enhanced task manager in Sales Cloud V2, where you can create and manage tasks much more efficiently. We have calendar. We can use calendar for appointment. That's integrated with the appointment, and as part of digital sales engagement as well. We also have library where you can manage your content in a hierarchical folder structure. Intelligence insights, we have machine learning based deal intelligence, we have relationship intelligence built in, we have insights or KPI cards. For reporting or analytical purposes, we have embedded SSE, and then the product team is working on delivering some of the user stories out of the box as well for this capability. And we have homepage which has KPIs and all of your required information where you want to display it on a home page that can be enabled. Modern UI, as I said, that user experience is a very important component of any application. So the UI is modernized in V2, where you have elastic-based global search, you have microservices-based architecture. So the UI is much more fluent, much more responsive and intuitive. Digital sales engagement, this is a workspace for sales representatives, where they have all in one place where they can see their task, what is due. They can create a task, they can create a follow-up, they can look at appointment in their calendar, they can look at how they have been doing through KPI cards, say for example, their win rate, um, and they can plan their work better through digital sales engagement. I'll quickly show that to you as well today. We have native mobile experience. So we have, as I said, we have a native mobile app on iOS and Android that has all these features. There are widgets there as well, which you can enable, and that gives you a quick way for example, due activities, and you can, with a single click, you can open the app and go through that activity and record your perform the steps in activities, record your inputs there. And then we have integration. As I said, we have seamless integration with the Intelligent Sales Cloud. For example, from Intelligent Sales Cloud to Intelligence Enterprise. For now, the built-in integration is for master data to S4HANA. You can also use mashup as you have been using in V1 through an UI integration. Extensibility, there is in-app extensibility, there is side-by-side extensibility using no-code, low-code tools such as Build or erstwhile AppGyver. You can use BTP for your complex extensions, which will be a side-by-side scenario. And lastly, collaboration. We have Microsoft Teams integrations where you can do a lot more. You can share your workspace with a particular team. You can schedule calls directly from Teams. As such, those capabilities are now you can use those capabilities from within the Sales Cloud V2 as well. So roughly, this takes takes us through all the high-level capabilities of V2. We'll touch upon some of them now, some of the key features, and then we'll go over to the system to see that working in action. So guided selling, as I said, this provides the sales rep with one stop for all kind of situation where, say, for example, an opportunity, you open the opportunity, you see that you have overview, you have um, actions, next best actions recommended. You see all the planned activities, notes. We'll go through that over a system to understand this or look at it in the real time as well. This also provides you with intelligence insight, for sales reps to take quick actions and um, and go through the next phase of opportunity, for example. So similar with lead nurturing, you have lead and you have all those options there. You have intelligence insight there. You have dynamic playbook where you can say suggest actions and then it enables one-click action. You have all the required information in one place where you can see participants, your planned activities, you can create activities, go over them with a single click. So that enables the sales rep to perform their day-to-day job much better, much more in a much more efficient manner. And timelines, as I said, timelines provide you what has been happening on this particular lead in a chronological way, so that you're always, say, if you're picking it up after a couple of days, you can always go over it and understand what has been happening, where you left off, and then pick it up from there. So before I go to pipeline, I'll probably go into the system. Okay, so this is the home page for Sales Cloud V2, and you can see there are different cards here. There are different videos, quick links. There are different KPI cards here, win rate, pipeline manager, and admin can adapt this for the users. So this is the menu bar where you can click on this, and this gives us all the options available to us as a sales rep. And admin can, of course, manage this through business roles. And we'll talk a little bit about the settings and admin side of things tomorrow, where we will go over some of the settings in the systems, because it has changed from the last version how we configured the system. So we'll go over some of those tomorrow. For now, let's go into guided selling. So now this is the Kanban view which I was talking about. So you can see the opportunities listed in through different sales phases. And it's a simple, if you want to move from one sales phase to another, it's simple drag and drop. You can also, for example, go back using simple drag and drop. You can see the scoring there. You can, this little blue tick says that it's ready to go into next next phase. You have my opportunities, all of those features. You have quick filters here. You can filter by account, close date, sales cycle, sales phases, right? Here, if you look at this one, this provides us KPI cards where you have a quick view of quick visualization of different opportunities using sales phase, expected value, status, close date. You can also filter through this. For example, if you click on this, the opportunities will be filtered there. So it acts as a filter as well. Um, you also have advanced filter options. If you want to filter through other attributes, you have that here as well as you can define conditions to filter that. So if you look at here, you can also you can switch between table view or list view um, and Kanban view. So you can go over list view. You can see opportunities in a list format or a tabular format, and then you can switch over to Kanban views. So that's guided selling for you. So if you click on this, you'll have quick view of opportunity. So that provides you a quick view of what's happening with this opportunity, timelines, people involved, the product, related entities. For example, if there's a code created, you will see that. If this was created from a lead, this opportunity was created from lead, you will see that in related entity as well. If you want to open this, you can go and open this, and this land into opportunity workspace. Now you can see the different phases, sales phases here. Um, and, and you can see here the playbook, which provides you next best action as well. For example, this one says that you are ready to proceed. So when you say progress, it will take you to the next sales phase. You have planned activities. Here we have an appointment listed. You have notes here. You have contacts here. And then contacts also, you can go over contact and for example, you see summary of interaction, the hug rank, which provides you with an insight of how you have been going with this contact, what kind of interactions you have been having. You can see the interactions there. You can look at the colleagues here, and this comes from your relationship intelligence with your Outlook. You can see who's the colleague who is, who has the similar or he has the contact with this particular contact of this account. So you can ask them to introduce you or ask them to accompany you to this particular appointment, for example. You have activities which are listed here. So that's for contact. You have sales team members. There are two sales team members here. You have products. You have, there's a code created for this opportunity. Do you see code here? You have related entities here. So for example, this opportunity was created from a lead. You can add an attachment, and then you can also add a survey. You can add revenue partners here as well. Now, if you look at this UI, you can flexibly handle this. For example, you can only choose to see this part, or you can see this part or header part, and you can only choose to see header part as well. So now going over header, you'll see there are insights, there are uh, engagement through these days, which is shown as a in a graphical visualization manner. You have pipeline details, dates, and all the header fields. When you go into timeline, you see what has been happening with this particular opportunity. They are listed, all the events are listed in chronological order. You can also, if you want to see, for example, what are the events related to opportunity, you can filter that. You can look at the events related to opportunity. So that gives you flexibility to, filter it, um, look at it based on what you want to see at that particular time. And this is also, the timeline is also configurable. So we'll quickly see that tomorrow. So you can create an opportunity as well from this as a follow-up opportunity. So for example, this is suggesting a task for us to say new opportunity preparation. You can schedule a task. When you hit that, it'll open a quick view where the information, some of the information is pre-filled. You can go over it. You can change whatever you want to add or remove. You have saved some of the pre-filled information, for example, account, contact, owner, things like that. So this basically guides sales rep through the process and helps maintaining the consistency as well as quick turnaround time for sales reps. This brown one card you see, this is coming from relationship intelligence, where it says that there has been 156 days since you have last interacted with the contact in this particular opportunity. So that gives you a basic idea of what is being part of the guided sales process. So let me go over to lead and see leads quickly. So if you see leads, they're also listed in list view. You also have KPI cards. You can filter it through that as well, right? And then you can have a quick view as we had for opportunity. You can go into full view and this will be lead workspace. So this is similar to opportunity. You have overview, you have the intelligent insights here where it says that, if it is likely to convert, and this is based on ML. You have a trend. If you had more points along this trend, you would see a trend here. You'll have engagement here, similar to opportunity. You have timelines, which is similar to opportunity as well. You have the playbook recommendation where it proposes the next step where you can say, for example, schedule an appointment, create a task. All of that is configurable as well. So you have account and contact planned. So pretty much similar entities as we saw in case of opportunity. Um, this provides an option to go into context and look at the contact list in a full workspace. You have planned activity, notes, contact, sales team, similar things as we had in opportunity. You had attachment. You can have products and service as well. You can add your service for the lead as well. So that is in a nutshell how a lead looks like in the new world. Going back to the pipeline management and forecasting. So there is a new visual pipeline manager where you can visualize and gain insights for opportunities. You can, look at individual opportunity. You can filter the opportunities there. You can also see the forecast in a forecast tracker. So let's go over to the system and quickly see that. So there's pipeline manager here. So now you have something called bubble chart. So you can say, for example, I wanted to zoom in here, and green ones are with high score. So this is the opportunity score. So green ones are doing okay, brown ones are okay, red ones are where we are not doing so good. So if I wanted to zoom in, I can just highlight and zoom in there. I can, see this particular opportunity, what's been happening with that. So it presents a quick view for that. You also have the opportunity listed here. So that's the pipeline manager, and we'll talk about it tomorrow as well a little bit to go through some of these filters. You have quite a bit of filters here to enable you to filter, slice and dice this particular a particular opportunity or set of opportunities based on what you're looking for. We also have the bar chart view where you can um, look at these in a bar chart fashion and filter it. Right, so you can look at it and you can also zoom in here. You can see the opportunities below. There's a forecast tracker link on Pipeline Manager. When you click, you can see the forecast, and then we'll go through this tomorrow a bit to look at these options and um, understand this a bit better. So that's basically your Pipeline Manager and forecast tracker, uh, which is introduced in V2. You also have pipeline flow, where you can now see what's been happening to your pipeline, how you're tracking, what was the start status, where you ended. Say, for example, you can say that, and it works both way. You can say this one, and then when you click, it shows there are 6 opportunities in this committed, in your committed status, and they are still unchanged, and the value and the percentage of the total pipeline. So that gives you a visual filter where you can slice and dice and look at the data, identify any issues, and take steps to rectify it. So that's about pipeline view. Okay, so let's go to customer insights. So we'll look at that quickly in the system. Let's search for, so that's the global search, and you can see that it brings all the related entities where this a particular account is linked. So let's go to this account. You can see a quick view. You can put it in favorites. You can go to this view, and this also pretty much gives you key matrices. This is KPI card where you can see what has been happening with this account, what are the contacts, the account team, address and usual information. You also have header information with insights, highlights. You can see the insights here, what's been happening with this account, and you can identify if there are any actions required. You also have a timeline here where you can see all the events that's been happening for this particular account. So that's and also you can maximize that as, so this is a UI feature with all your workspaces in Sales Cloud V2, where you can maximize the particular part of the screen which you're working on, header or the actual workspace. Okay. So we have seen timeline that provides you, 360-degree views of what has been happening in particular opportunity, lead, or account. Um, you also that's the events are listed chronologically to provide you a quick view of the history of events of this particular entity, opportunity, lead, account, for example. You can also configure timeline. As I said, you can configure timeline, and this helps in taking quick actions and expedite that sales process. Activity management. So we have new task manager where you can perform activities, create activities which manage your activities much more easily. Um, you have your due activities, your planned activities, and you can list it out. So we'll quickly see the digital sales engagement part as well in the system to give you an idea what we are talking about. So this is digital sales engagement workspace, where you can see you have it has your call list. You can filter it by, say, for example, this month or any date. You can filter it by progress. We have your leads listed here. You can again filter it by different criterias. You can see these leads are listed here. You also have opportunities here. You also have task here, and there's also going to be LinkedIn integration with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. You have quick KPI cards here where you can see how you're going vis-a-vis your appointment, lead conversion rate, your win rate. And on the right hand side, you see calendar where you can see your appointment um, and then take, you know, action on those appointments. So this basically provides a workspace for sales representatives to perform all the actions here. Say you can, uh, for example, create a task here, quick task where you can just, enter a task and then it will go and save in the system. You can take the relevant steps to fulfill that. So basically it's a one-stop shop for you to, for the sales representatives to work on their day-to-day jobs, on their leads, on their opportunities, and take that one step further. So that covers digital sales engagement. Mobile, so as I said, we have native mobile apps for iOS and Android now, which will give you the digital capability, which say, for example, your guided selling process will be there in mobile. As you see in this screenshot, you can see that all the playbooks which we were seeing in the system will be there as well. So, and you will have intelligent insights in there. You will have your steps listed here, your activities listed here. We also have a widget for activities where you can quickly see what is due and take actions. So basically, this gives you a freedom of moving between different channels seamlessly as a seller. Configurations, and we are talking about KUT here, key user tool here. Some of the configuration we'll discuss about that tomorrow when we talk about the admin role a little bit. So as I said earlier as well, we have capability where you can add a new field using KUT. You can modify field properties. You have the option of UI adaptation, which works on WYSIWYG adaptation. What you see is what you get principle. Uh, you have option of doing side-by-side apps, which you can use, for which you can use low code, no code, for example, SAP build or else while AppGyver. You can also use BTP for complex side-by-side extensions. We have something called flow editor, which you can use to create custom logics in form of validation or determination. We'll quickly touch upon that tomorrow as well to see how it works in real time. So that's about it for today. So we can take questions, comments, feedback now. So sales, yeah.
Sorry, Harish. There are questions on the Q&A as
Mm,
well as some of them on the chat as well. I don't think that's a question. There are some of them on the Q&A.
yeah,
Were you able to see the Q&A questions?
yeah, I'm seeing them. So the first question is about territory management, and that's part of the roadmap, yes. I'll ask Rishi or Vinay to comment on it if they want to comment on that part.
In general, Harish, anything on the roadmap, SAP launched right? Roadmaps. I'll share the link here. And when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
select
yeah.
the solution, and that will give you the
Roadmap
roadmap,
Explorer. Yeah, yeah.
correct.
You can go through
So
Explorer, but territory management is coming up. Yeah, sure. So that next question about S/4HANA integration. At this point, we have master data integration, and yeah, that's available via CPI, and that will be available through MDI as well. This quarter, as I understand, we'll have follow-up order released as well. Vinay or Rishi, if you want to. Had any comments on that?
Well, probably we need to check it and then
Okay.
answer that actually. Yeah.
Okay. So for master data, we have integration with S/4HANA. So the partner one for the demo data and demo environment for partners, this is probably Prashad, if we have any info here, or is that a link where they can go and check this?
At this point in time, there is no data, but we need to check with the platform team how they are planning to provide the data. That's something which we can check and come back to you all, because currently that's not something very clearly defined.
Yeah, thanks, Prashad. Guided selling be enhanced with include custom BO. So in Sales Cloud V2, we have a new concept of extension. So the V1 concept goes away. So if you want to use, I see a hand raised, Vinay.
Vijay, if you have a
Vijay.
question, please unmute yourself and you can go ahead.
Okay, meanwhile you're doing it, I'll answer this. So as I said, we have the extension capability. So you have side-by-side option. Either you use SAP build for no-code, low-code extension, or you can use BTP for your complex extensions. So that's the paradigm for the Sales and Service Cloud V2. There were planned activities where we can check when we are going through that tomorrow again, Shuman. So we'll go over it and check again. So the BTP questions, there is a session scheduled on 31st, as I understand. So you can get your BTP questions answered there, which will give you much more information regarding your BTP apps and possibilities, extension possibilities there. So Pulkit, the pricing integration at this point is being worked upon. So there'll be internal and external pricing integration as well. For MDG integration, there will be MDG integration at some point, and of course, all of these are roadmap items, so I can't give you a surety, but there'll be MDG integration through MDI. Again, as Prasad said, that you can also go into roadmap, SAP roadmap explorer, and look at product-wise what is the roadmap. And Rishi and Vinay, please feel free to jump on to any of these if you want. So one integration with Commerce Cloud, that is also a roadmap item. So as and when that's available, we'll let you know. Right, so from V2 to V1, this is a topic which will be addressed at later point of time.
So V2, as mentioned, V2 will be a full reimplementation, right? So there will be tools to migrate data from V1 to V2, but then other than that, the logic and all the mashups and all the enhancements, it's a complete reimplementation.
Thank you. Front-end technology, I guess the product team is
I think it is like Angular, JS, Node.js, Java. These are some of the technologies. Yes, there will be configuration like admin guides, like we do.
So for this one, the admin guide or configuration guide, there is already a help page for SAP Sales Cloud V2. You can look at some of that already. So that gives you a good idea already, right? But as said, tomorrow we'll go over some of the admin settings. We'll see there is a change. How do you do settings in V2 versus V1? So we will go through that. So for this one, Vinay or Rishi,
Yeah, I need to check and get back actually. For lead workspace, can we add more work list item if it's need to check this.
okay.
Mhm.
All right. All right. So we'll get back on that. Okay. So data migration cockpit is S4 concept, Vijay. So there'll be data export and import, which we will briefly touch upon tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't see any more questions.
It's already available, right?
It is available for customers.
Yeah. Some of the features are being developed, and some of it's evolving as we speak as well.
No.
Yeah,
Yes,
for the
Sukanya.
B2B,
Yes, Sankara, please go ahead.
yeah, for the B2B side, but will still be possible to create custom.
I already have the V2 connect. Okay, I'm working some profiles. Okay. So I just show the in screen right. I can see the lead workspace in the more specific. But in our tenant, I can say there is only one. I can see one recommendation. So how can I add more recommendations like scheduling meeting or scheduling tasks something?
Any recommendation, Rishi or Vinay?
So that's
Sorry,
basically
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, if you mean the recommendation cards that show up on the lead or opportunity UI, that is completely data driven, as in the cards or the prompts that show up as recommendations to either say schedule a meeting or a task and so on.
And that's coming from dynamic playbook. So we'll briefly
Yes.
touch upon that as well through the course of tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Screen adaptation, yes, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I checked the screen adaptation, but I didn't see more options. So I've just
Yeah,
considered with
there is screen adaptations, as you know. Say for
yeah.
example, you can adapt your home screen as we saw that, right? You can add your cards, right, and manage sections and stuff like that. You can also then when you are in a particular say search result view or say detail view to add or remove fields or hide and show fields. That kind of adaptation is there as well.
Okay, I can take this question. Is there a learning system available in the Learning Hub? So SAP Learning is currently working on it, and hope along with the certification with a test system or a practice system made available sometime in Q3. So please stay tuned on the communication. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Michael. Good morning. Imran will from offshore. He's from offshore and he is going to drive this call.
Is there a difference between
I think difference. Yeah.
So this difference should be like based on the SKU, right? So there is there might be some difference, small difference, but this information should be already available on the Sales Cloud V2
I have some other thing. Okay. Great. Thank you.
SKU.
So if you're not asking question, please mute yourself.
Sorry, guys.
No worries.
Hi, how are you? Morning. I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote in the Q&A, but what we're seeing in this demonstration, it is embedded with Sales Cloud version V2, or is the add-on of Intelligent Sales?
No, so this is a new platform itself, Sales Cloud V2. So the Intelligent Sales Cloud on V1 is an add-on, but the guided say selling which you saw in the system today, that's part of Sales Cloud V2, which is a different platform.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No worries. On the number of customers case studies,
Yeah, so there are customers who already implementing V2. Sure. They already started this journey of implementing V2. Yeah. Case study, if, no, not yet, but so customers are already implementing V2.
So the recommendation activity is part of the playbook. So, and that reminding is coming from relationship intelligence.
V2 is a separate license, right? So
I think it is comparing the apples to orange on the licensing model
Yeah.
on V1 and V2. So it's a completely a different set of licensing model for V2. And when you talk to customers, position the V2 licensing model. Do not encourage in comparing this because it's a two different application stack, two different infrastructure. So it makes a lot of difference, and that's why we wouldn't encourage the licensing model against the V1. Yeah. That answers your question. Okay, I think pretty much we have answered all the questions.
Last question, if
Okay.
allowed. If we want to enable the build apps, which is like integrated in your system, how can we do that within the test tenants without having those 100 licenses? I think there's 100 licenses.
So no. If you have less than 100 license and you already have build apps license, then you can already connect it with the sales or service cloud V2. So if you have license.
For the partner tenants, we are not having those 100 license requirements, right?
Yeah.
So how can we enable it within the partner tenants?
So if you have if you already have a build apps license, then you can integrate. So like the build apps is prepackaged. If the customer has 100 users, but if less than 100 users,
I'm not talking about the customer license. I'm talking about a partner thing where it's the partner tenant, right? Which is not having the 100 license, and we want to integrate the build apps with the partner tenant. Is there a way to do that?
So do you have build apps license already?
Yes, within the B2B.
Then you can, then you can integrate it. Just like how other customers probably I can share you that information. You can integrate. Yeah.
Maybe Vinay, Harish, Rishi, you can put that details on the community link and they can refer to tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, I can take that question from Louis. And can we sell the SAP Sales Cloud version 2 with the sales authorization of SAP Sales Cloud? Yes. Currently, there is no certification. There is no consultant certification available. So by default, SAP Sales Cloud Sales Authorized Partners are eligible to sell the Sales Cloud version 2. Having said, I would always encourage you to work with your local PBM to double check before you before you try and make this proceeding of the selling of a cloud version 2. Yeah.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you.
Maybe Rishi or Vinay, can you take this question? The MVP, the implementation timeline.
Okay. Do we have the implementation timeline for V2 for
Most
MVP?
viable product, minimum weeks or
The minimum
months.
weeks, months required for implement. What is the recommended project? Currently, I mean, looking into some of our customers, it differs actually, maybe like 4 to 6 weeks. That's the recommendation. But again, this is depending on the size of the re-implementation or the implementation.
Yeah. Basically, the scenarios or the objects that the customer wishes to go live with. So yeah, as Vinay suggested, that would be the recommended time frame for leaner implementation.
Okay, I guess we have
Okay,
answered all the questions
yeah.
and we are already running out of time. And I thank you, Harish, and thank you, Rishi, Vinay, and thank you all participants and patiently waiting and asking a lot of questions, great questions. And we will try and copy all the questions in the with the responses in the community link. I would love to have you post this question in the community, but you chose to use that Q&A, which will still be fine, but we will migrate these questions to the community link and for you to refer it in the later point in time. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks everyone. Thanks Rishi and Vinay, Prasad. Thanks everyone for being interactive. Please, as Prasad said, that please go over to community link and then post your questions, further questions there, and we'll try to answer them there. Thank you everyone. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Taro, you can pause the recording. Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Recording stopped.
Thank you.
Hey, Harish, Vinay, Rishi, I have to jump into another call. Hope it is fine and fantastic. I hope I have all the Q&A question will be shared with me. I will try and push it to the community link. And if there are any questions which is not answered, I would definitely encourage you to go there and respond to them. That will be a kind of a repository of Q&A for this session. Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah.
We'll talk more. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Thanks everyone.
See you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.